are going to see if you can figure out what is missing this time. Figure it out. Depends on how closely you watch the videos. Okay. So, it was suggested to me that I should take this out as well and replace the seals. So I went ahead and took it out and cleaned it all up. It looks almost brand new. There was oil just everywhere and all over the engine. And I'm wondering if part of it was these seals, this bottom seal, because this is what happened when I took it out. This is the top one. But yeah, as soon as I put the pick on it and I tried to pull it, it just split on me. So it was pretty gunky, all up in here and everything. So I went ahead and cleaned it up also as best I could. So those seals are on order. I think I'll put some tape over that now that I've got that all cleaned up. But that was today's project. So you'll remember from my last video, I looked at this hose and could see that it's all crunched and everything. And once again, I'm just trying to get this car up and running. And that hose, $103. I've checked with a few people online, see if they have it. Nobody seems to have this one. So this was 16 millimeters. This was 12. This was 12. So you remember I bought that T. And now I have created my own. I think I'm going to cut this one a little bit shorter because it seems like it's pretty short right here. So I've already kind of fit this in the car. I had this hose a little too long and it crimped. So what I did was I basically just cut the hose to where almost the end of this fitting, this T, was touching the outlet here. So it really couldn't crimp. It's more of just, but it'll still bend a little bit. But if you notice, it's not crimping. That allows this to go exactly where it needs to go, and that to go straight back down to attach the hose down there. And really does not take up a whole lot more room than the original line. So I'm pretty happy with this. So let's see, $2, $4, $7 for the T. So that was a 16 by 12 by 12. It's really hard to find. I got lucky. I found it on, I Googled it. I think I found it on Amazon, actually. And then whatever the cost of the clamps are. So, say $12, $103. I'd rather spend $12 for right now. Not worried about being authentic. I can get these tightened down, so I don't think these are going to leak at all. And we'll be good to go. Just waiting on a couple more parts here. You know, my oil separator seals. Took the reference sensors out. Ordered those. So as soon as those come in, I will be able to start putting things back together finally. And then we'll get the fuel lines hooked up and cross our fingers that they don't leak. I don't think they should. And try to start the car. So, all right. Okay, so I tried to fit this on here. I don't know what. The hose is just a little too big. And I'm not real comfortable with it. So, I actually put the 1/2-inch hose onto here. And it fit really, really snug. So I was much happier with that than the 5/8 hose. Because this is just heater hose is all this is. So what I've done is I ordered 12 millimeter T for these, for all three. And I'll just run 5/8 hose up to here. because I think that's just, I mean, it's clamped down, but I just, too much of a gap. So I just don't feel comfortable with that. So I think that's what we'll do. So we'll just wait for that T to come in. I'd rather it be too snug than too loose. Okay, so I decided that I just didn't like the fact that that tube was too loose. So this was the old one. That was 16 by 12 by 12. So I ordered another one, and I ordered a 12 by 12 by 12 T. So then I thought, stop being a moron, the tubing is 1/2-inch tubing. So I went, instead of waiting, I went and got a 1/2-inch by 1/2-inch T. So I'm going to go ahead and put this all back together using all 1/2-inch line and place this with this. All right, so here we go. Here's the new one. I think this hose needs to be longer just because of the adapter or the splicer that it goes into is pretty long. I just kind of looked, so I think I need to make this one a little bit longer. But that is basically that. So, even cheaper now. This was only $3 at Home Depot. $2 for the tubing. And so you're looking at $5, $6 instead of $100 and something dollars. So I'm hoping this will work. I mean, they're on there pretty tight. So the next thing is just fitting this with the next one and with this tube and the manifold. So, all right. All right, so now this is the 1/2-inch tubing versus that 5/8, and you can see the difference. So I am much happier with that because that is sealed and not going anywhere. So, all right, let's get it on the manifold and just. All right, so this is with it on the manifold, and see this will come up to here and. A little crimp there, but not too bad. And this might end up having to be a little bit shorter too. I'll have to wait till it actually gets on the car, you know, and get the hoses actually installed before I really truly see and then find out what the best way to actually put this on is. Thinking put this on and then stick this into here and tighten down this clamp. But I'm not 100% sure. But I think this one's going to need to be a little shorter because it looks like it's just too big. It's too long. It's hitting the manifold. But we'll see. And then I need to go get a little bit more tubing and get that extended a little bit. So I think we're good to go then. I think this is going to work. All right, so according to everybody, the speed and reference sensors really should be changed. These actually look really good. But since I had the oil-air separator off and everything, I decided that I would just switch these out. So I've got some ordered. So what I tried was I got the bolt out, and I tried using a pair of vice grips, and they were spinning, so I knew they weren't seized up, but I couldn't pull them off. So I've heard about trying to get a bolt or a threaded rod and use this as like a puller, as a slide hammer. But what I decided to try first was I got a little screwdriver I got it just up enough and they popped up a little bit. Then I used a pry bar and I got it up a little bit more. Then what I did was I put a pair of channel locks and then a bigger pry bar, and I got them up to the point to where now I can just pull it out. And like I said, they both look pretty good. And I thought they might have been changed at some point in time because the connectors look good too. But I figured since I had such easy access to it, I might as well just get in there and switch them out. So we'll get new ones in when they come in. All right, so we got a couple of packages in the mail. Let's see what we got here. So we got the oil air separator seals. Got a new seal for the throttle body. Figure I might as well do that one. That's it in there. Some bolts. I just ordered those, so I ordered new speed and reference sensors. And I did that before I took the old ones out. And the bolts that held them in were pretty rusty. And you can't find those bolts anymore, so I just ordered a couple of bolts that were the same size, just to have in case I couldn't get them out. But yep, so we got some new speed and reference sensors, and the next thing will be to put those in. Okay, so we got our air oil separator seals in. So just so you know, this is off an 83. But there is the part number. They're both the same size. So when you look, they've got two sizes. I knew both mine were the same size, but I wasn't exactly sure what size they were, so I actually ordered just both of them just to be sure. So I've got two of the larger ones. These are actually the smaller ones, I believe. Hang on. Let's take a look. Where are they? So here's the other ones. So they're a little bit bigger than these. So if you have an 83, then they're both the same size. That is the part number. So we will go ahead and put those on. So there we go. All you do is just roll them on. I needed two hands to get them on, but otherwise I would have filmed me putting them on, but it's kind of self-explanatory. So that can go back in its box because that's where that goes. These can go in the bin. And there's all my hardware to put those back on, so that can go back in that bin. So everything has its place. There's the reference sensor box, my throttle bodies, and everything has its own box. So